Hello everybody, and just a little thrifting haul to share with you today, and I have to thank Christa for that. I was watching one of her op shop thrifting videos, and she'd bought some books and things and inspired me to call in at the op shop after my shopping the other day, and I did, and I called in at a couple because they're open now after Christmas, and found a few bits, so I thought I'd share them with you, and one in particular I want to show to Christa. The first thing I got was a ruler, and I just like rulers. I just, it's one I don't have, and I do tend to pick up different rulers when I see them. So that was $1, and that's just a plastic folding meter long ruler. Yes. So I got that, and then I found these little purses, and they were $1, and I thought they would be nice, when you send some happy mail or a gift to somebody, and I could put a couple of little trinkets in there and know that they're not going to spill all over the bag or the box or anything like that. So they were nice. I got a couple of those ones in the silver sequins, and then they had this one as well, which I thought would be nice in like a boho album or something like that. It's got an elephant on the front, and I've kind of been picking on it, and it looks like it did, yeah, look, came off real easy. And that's just a little bit of hot glue, and I will carefully warm that up, I think, and remove that, because I don't particularly want the elephant on the front of it. So I got that, and that one was only 50 cents, and it's new. There's nothing, nothing in it, so that's nice as well. That can be a nice pocket or something in a boho book. And then I found this. It's a cushion cover, and that was 50 cents, but I love the sheerness of the fabric. It's just lovely, and all around it has this lovely embroidery with sequins, which would be nice in journals because it's not too bulky. It's very pretty. I mean, look, isn't that pretty, that center part there as well? It's really, really delicate and pretty, that one. So that was a nice little find. Oh, for ages I've seen a box of records, the vinyl records, and I wasn't really interested in the records, but I've also always liked the packaging because they were quite old. But you had to get the record with the packaging, and I thought, no, leave it for people who enjoy the records. But when I went there the other day, there were only a couple of the records left, but half the box was full of the tatty packaging that people had been rummaging through and pretty much destroyed anyway. So I grabbed a handful. I didn't take it all. Grabbed a handful, and I went to the front desk and asked them if it was all right if I could have some of this, because it was all ripped and it wasn't really good for anything anymore. And they said, yes, you can take that. So I got these. That one looks like a homemade cover. I just got these bits of old album covers for my journals. I thought just the different look to them would be nice. I love the blue. Look at that. I love this blue. It's dark, but I love the outside part of that. So that was free. So there's some interesting paper there. So I was glad about that. And then the next thing I found was a map. And that was $2, but I love the colours. Look at this. It's of Paris, and I won't be able to fit it all in, I don't think, but isn't that lovely? Look, the monuments of Paris, and I can't really find a date on it, and it's not an original. It is a copy, But look at the colours, aren't they just beautiful? I love this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it just yet, but I absolutely love it. So $2, that was really nice, and it's a very nice linen type of paper. And then, oh, of course, after Christmas, all the Christmas decorations go half price. So they had these metal butterflies, and they were $1.50, but they were half price, so they were 75 cents. And I managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. So I may put those above my window. I've actually got them on my little stand here where I put birds and all sorts of things, but they're a bit movable at the moment, but that's okay with me. Maybe that's why they were selling them. Maybe a little bit of glue and that would be alright, but I quite like that you can put them in any direction. But I thought above my window I have a valance, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. And I want to put some flowers above the valance, and a couple of these would be really pretty in it as well, I think. So I got 4 of those, so that was what, $3 for the 4 of those, being half price. And then I got, oh, I'll show you this. I got a paper making kit for $1. It doesn't have the drying boards in it though. I'm not sure if it actually comes with drying boards in the first place, but it has the frame. So it's got the frame, and then it's got the mesh, and then that's the back frame, but there's no boards or anything in there. Although I'm kind of dubious whether there would have been any, because the package doesn't look thick enough to fit anything else in there anyway. So that was a nice find to have a go at making a bit of paper. And then this one here is a flower press, and I normally use, this was $2, and I normally use books, but the problem with that is I forget which books I put them in. My daughter always used to put them in books too, and she put them in there for me, and I have got some pressed flowers in the house somewhere and I cannot find them. They're in books. So I thought, well, if I have this, it's very simple construction, isn't it? It's just cardboard and wood with some bolts. At least I'll know where my flowers are in the future. Then lastly, I got a couple of books, and this is kind of, Christa had bought some books, so some plant and garden books. So I found this one, which is really lovely, Herbs and Aromatherapy, and it's got some lovely images in that. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Really pretty image. It's very delicate. So that was really nice to find. I like that picture there. So I found that one. Oh, I didn't even see what the actual cover looked like. Oh, it looks the same anyway, so I could also use the dust cover. And then I saw this one, and it was $1. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, okay. And so I looked through it, and it had all these lovely little pictures, and I thought, you know, I could cut those out. There's nothing on the back of them. I could cut those out and put them in my journals. I was walking around with it, and then I thought, you know, that's a lot of cutting out, isn't it? And I put the book down, and I was just about to leave it there, and then I just decided to have another look at it. And I looked inside of it. I'm going like this, and then I realized they're all punch outs. I don't have to do any cutting in this. what a bonus. But what a wonderful book is this. Every single one of these pictures is a punch out. How good is that? It even tells you what the name of it is. So if you wanted to even use the name of it, it's actually a little garden planning book. And this has all the numbers of the flowers. So if we were looking like that's 37, if I look up here and find 37, it should hopefully, unless pieces are missing, oh, they're not in order by the look of it. Oh, okay, they're in alphabetical order. What's that? Sand. QRS. This one, evergreen shrub flowering midsummer, aromatic foliage. And so what you're meant to do in here, I think, is you've got all your flowers for your garden, and there's like a big picture of the garden, which would make a really nice journal cover too. Oh, it would, wouldn't it? Oh yes, and there's another lovely picture there. These two pages open right up like that side, and then there's that side, and it's got like a perforation, and you break the perforation and you can stick all your little pictures in there to get the idea of how you want your border plants to be, which is really good, I guess, if you're into planting a garden. And there's a patio picture there, and it also has little perforations to put pictures in. So there you go, Christa, that's the book I found. Very happy with that one, and it was only $1, so thank you for that inspiration to go and have a look at a plant book. I also found a dress. Now I have seen the dress, I've seen it there quite often. I've often felt it and thought, gee, you know, if I thought that was pure silk, I would buy that, because it's a wedding dress, and it was in the fancy dress section, so it wasn't, you know, it's got a couple of marks on it, but I never really knew if it was pure silk or not. Not that it really mattered, because I really liked the fabric anyway, and it was $10. Well, I bought it and I thought, it doesn't matter, I will buy it just so that I have the fabric, whether it's silk or not. So I bought the dress, and I got home and I was cutting off the tulle underskirt because I wanted to wash it, but you know, they're very big and bulky, and it had a puffy tulle underskirt. And as I was doing that, I looked inside, and there's a little tag and it said pure silk. So I was so happy, and I will insert a little clip of that dress because it is a big dress, and so I've sort of got it hanging until I cut it. I've already washed it. That was the first thing I did, because you know, yeah. So I'll insert, and that was only $10, and I think that was such a great buy because there's lots of fabric on it, and it was only the $10. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you, Christa, for your wonderful inspiration to go have a look at the op shop. I keep saying I'm staying away from them because I do have enough stuff. It's always nice to find something though, isn't it? So, and especially, you know, the little bits that you get for nothing and they're just going to throw away. But look at all that lovely different paper. It's because it's a bit different, and I mean, I could have got a lot more, but I don't need a lot more. I just need a few pieces. So there we go. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. So that is what I've done with the top of my window. It's not finished. I want to put some flowers dangling over the edge of it. It's a little bit hard to film, but it's got all the beading, as you can see, and tissue, not tissue, crepe paper ruffle with some nice cording going through the center of it. And I've just done book paper over wood and then a striped tissue paper over that. So that's what I've done to the top of my window, and of course I've got the blinds which I can open and close and direct the sunlight. And this is where I've kept the rest of that beading from the lamps. I still have quite a lot of that left, but I did use a good deal, probably 1.5 lamps full of beads to put on the valance for the window, so that was a good use for it. So this is the dress that I was talking about, and it doesn't look much. I've taken out the tulle underskirt because it was very big and puffy, and I couldn't hang it here with the tulle underskirt, so that's already been cut off. And it's a very plain dress, and it does have this really nice corded lace around the shoulder line, which I'll be taking off, and it is a little bit discoloured and it's been washed already. Not pressed, it's too difficult to press it when it's like this, and so I'll press the pieces once I cut it out. But yes, lots and lots and lots of pure silk. Okay, here it is, tiny little tag inside that says pure silk, which made my day. And it's a, what is that, Libby Naylor design. I'd say quite a few years old, but wow, I'm so happy to get the fabric. And even this, the satin inside is really lovely.